88.5 The Truth. Hey, this is Brian in the studio, but on the phone I have a special guest, Mark Gregston. He is the author and speaker, and he's coming to town for a seminar called Turbulence Ahead, Parenting Teens Through the Bumpy Years. That's coming up on August 25th at Christ Community Church. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me on.
Well, it's great to have you on. There's so many questions I have for you, and as a parent of a teen, I'm listening with both ears today.
Yeah. I think most parents are probably sit back and they go, oh, no, another seminar. Are you kidding me? Oh, another teen thing. But I go, most parents are somewhat confused about the adolescent years, not perhaps because of their own child, because they hear of things happening to other kids that's causing them just a little bit of alarm.
I agree. I mean, sometimes we wonder when we hear stories as parents, can we trust the child's perspective? And, in my own experience, it's turned out that the child has been pretty accurate.
Yeah. I think what happens is that, even as we hear the statistics that say that 85 to 90% of kids are leaving the church when they graduate from high school, most parents probably sit there and say, well, that's not my kid. My kid's doing well. And I go, there's an 85 to 90% chance that your child will leave the church. And there's a tendency that we have, that always looks at kids and says, well, no, it's not our kid. My kid's doing well. Well, I live with 60 high school kids. They come from all over the country. They come and live with us. And then over the last 30-some years, we've had 2,500 kids live with us. And every one of those parents has made comments where they have said, I never knew that my child would come and live with you one day. And they come and live with us because things spin out of control, because things aren't working. Kids are getting curious. They're making bad choices. They're involved in things they don't need to be involved in, and they're having a tough time moving into adolescence. And so most parents sit there and think, oh, no, what do we do now? And my message to parents is you can start doing things early on in your child's life and perhaps keep a lot of the mess from happening later on in their adolescent years.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a little bit of insight into that, because it might speak to who's the best audience for this seminar and also what they might pick up.
Well, I think that the best audience would be anybody that is engaged with a teen somewhere or has a teen involved in their life, or a preteen that is headed that way. I mean, that's for grandparents. I think this culture is so crazy. I think what's happening is that kids are looking for a way to connect with older people with a little bit of gray hair and a little bit of age and a little bit of wisdom. They're looking for that, and as grandparents live longer and are more involved in the life of their grandkids, I think that this could be a great opportunity for grandparents. It's a great opportunity for parents of teens who are trying to figure out, okay, what's happening in this culture that's changing my child? And I think the third group, as I mentioned earlier, would be the preteens, those tween kids in middle school that parents are kind of sitting there going, okay, I hear of tragedies and difficulties and hardships, and I hear the statistic that 14-year-old boys are the ones that have more of a tendency to commit suicide than any other age group. I hear that young girls are being seduced into this culture. I think that's where we help parents understand the effects of the culture, some things that they might want to do different as a parent because some of the old styles of parenting just don't work anymore. And then I think the third part of it is really how do you develop a model with kids that helps them develop a relationship back with mom and dad and counter the effects of this culture that's taking our kids in another direction that we never thought they would be going in.
Mm. Well, it's all very serious things. You've actually even written a book called Prayers for My Teen. Yeah. We're going to be giving away some of those books as we build up to your joining us. Now, tell me about your background and what brought you to write these prayers and to do these seminars.
I never thought that I was going to be writing books or doing seminars or even, on the radio. Our radio program, Parenting Today's Teens, heard on about 1,400 stations across the country, and I never wanted to do that. And I got to tell you, most of the things that I've done, I've never really wanted to do. I've just ended up doing them based upon the needs that I see that are happening within families. My degree is in finance with emphasis in real estate investments, and I spent a semester in law school, and I dropped out because I just wanted to be more involved with kids. Over the last 38 years, that's what we've done. We've worked in Young Life. I've worked at a church for a number of years as a youth pastor. I lived at the country's largest sports camp, Kanakuk Camp, up in Branson, Missouri. I lived there for 8 years. But we've always taken in kids that were struggling, where a mom and dad say, you know what, it's spinning out of control. We can't do this anymore. we need an alternative place for my child to live. And so through that, we've developed counseling and a counseling center for them. And somebody approached me and said, do you want to write a book? And so I just finished my 12th book and called Tough Guys and Drama Queens. And everything has kind of happened in a sense that all we've been doing is meeting the needs of kids and families who are having a difficult time. And along the way, we've learned some great lessons that I share in this seminar that apply to every parent that walks on the face of this earth. So on my background, it's just been immersed with kids and parents. The last few years, I've spent more time writing books and doing seminars, and I come and do these seminars all across the country. We'll spend every weekend, probably the next 6 or 7 months, doing a seminar, much like we're going to be doing there in Columbus.
I think that's great, and we look forward to having you here. Let me tell everybody about the details. It's called Turbulence Ahead, Parenting Teens Through the Bumpy Years. It's August 25th, which is a Saturday, 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., and you can find out more about it at ccclive.org or on our website, 885thetruth.com. The seminar is going to be at Christ Community Church on Milton Road here in Columbus. You can also contact the church for more information. Mark, we look forward to having you here, and not just for the seminar, but just welcoming you to our town. And
oh, you bet.
Love what you're doing, working with kids, and really excited about what you can share with us and teach us a few things.
Hey, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, bye-bye.
That was Mark Gregston, author and seminar leader. He'll be in town August 25th, Christ Community Church, 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. for Turbulence Ahead, Parenting Teens Through the Bumpy Years. We hope you'll join us. For more information, go to our website, 885thetruth.com, and click on the link right there on the front page.